I've sat with this Team USA roster now for about what 2, 3 days, and generally I don't have any issues about who was selected and all that good stuff. But if I'm being honest, I do have one big problem that I think needs to be addressed.
Whalen to trigger in. Gets it to Moore. Moore will get it off. The shot is good. Game 3 belongs to Maya Moore and Minnesota.
Everybody, it's your boy JP, Joe Part, back in the building, man. Hope everybody's having a great day, an amazing afternoon, an awful evening, a great evening, whatever time of day you're watching this video. Hope that you are lit, hope you are in good spirits. And we're back, man, another edition of WNBA Today. I believe this is our third installment. You know what I'm saying? It's been a fantastic season so far. We've had great basketball just all over the league. Between the actual hoops on the court and between all the drama and everything that happens off the court, it's been like a consistent news cycle, a consistent, like, flow of just WNBA all day, every day. And we're in the middle of the NBA finals. So that's saying a lot just for what, you know what I'm saying, the sport is going through right now with this kind of renaissance, with this brand new talent coming in, with this brand new fan base coming in. It's been exciting. It's been lit. And I hope it's going to continue this summer as we go into the Olympics, because the Olympic team was announced a couple of days ago. I don't know the exact day. But so let's go ahead. We're gonna talk about just the 12 that were announced, and then we'll talk about just, you know, how we feel about the roster one way or another. So we got Napheesa Collier for the Minnesota Lynx. Kalia Copper is getting her first ever Team USA nod on the Mercury. Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner, Sabrina Ionesco is also a first timer. Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, Brianna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, Alyssa Thomas, also a first timer, Asia Wilson, and Jackie Young. So first and foremost, man, clap it up for those 12, man, because they're a very deserving 12. They deserve, you know what I'm saying, this nomination to be, you know what I'm saying, to go out over there and to, you know what I'm saying, represent us in Paris for the Olympics. And listen, man, this is a team that's not necessarily this particular team, but this is an organization that has put together 7 gold medal teams in a row. So I have all the confidence in the world in their ability to pick 12 players that are going there and to properly represent us against the rest of the world. So I don't have any issue really with who made the roster. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm going to be honest, there's always going to be a snub or something when it comes to these kind of teams, whether it's an all-star team, an all WNBA team, Olympic team. There's always going to be somebody who you feel should have made it over another. So let's go ahead. We'll just break it down pick by pick. All right. So my first big gripe that I have with this list is the fact that we have 4 Las Vegas Aces on this list. So I have no problem with Asia Wilson being on the list. Chelsea Gray also. Those are 2, you know what I'm saying, they've been on Team USA before. You know what I'm saying, they're really, you know what I'm saying, both of them are just one of the best players, you know what I'm saying, in the league at their position. But Chelsea Gray is her, so I understand, you know what I'm saying, she's not going to be, you know what I'm saying, she's not even going to be able to play in the Olympics, all right? So I understand that the Aces just won the championship last year. I understand that they're coming off back-to-back titles. They have an opportunity to three-peat coming into this season. Coming off to start the season, they were, you know what I'm saying, having a great start to the season. I believe they were like 4-1 or 5-1, you know what I'm saying, before this little skid they hit that we'll talk about later on. And, you know what I'm saying, I understand everything when it comes to them being deserving of the selection. But I feel like we've reached a point where the WNBA is so saturated with talent that it doesn't feel like we need to have one you know what I'm saying, one team have 4 representatives for it. You know what I'm saying? Asia Wilson is the best player in the W, you know what I'm saying, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? So of course she's going to be on the team. It would be dumb to not put her on the team. But do we need essentially their entire backcourt also to be there? Like, you know what I'm saying, Jackie Young, Kelsey Plum, Chelsea Gray, they're all fantastic. If we're being honest, Jackie Young and Kelsey Plum are really pretty much the same exact player. If you watch Aces games, they get money, you know what I'm saying, shooting threes, getting into the mid-range, getting into space, you know what I'm saying, they're small, shifty, crafty guards. Neither of them are exactly point guards, you know what I'm saying, they're definitely more so scoring guards, combo guards, but you know what I'm saying, so they're kind of the same player. So I just don't think that there was a real need to, you know what I'm saying, put both of them on the floor, you know what I'm saying, both of them on this team. But I also understand, like I said before, that Chelsea Gray is injured, probably is not even going to get to play in the Olympics. So if you wanted to take out Chelsea Gray and you wanted to fill in Jackie Young or a Kelsey Plum, I would not be mad at you if you picked either one, but I'm just kind of like iffy on the fact that we picked both of them. All right. So secondly, Diana Taurasi, I understand that she is a legend. She's arguably the GOAT of the entire sport, but pretty much on all levels when it comes to college, when it comes to the WNBA, when it comes to overseas and the Olympics. She is just like a a basketball, you know what I'm saying, like a monument in the sport, you know what I'm saying? So I completely understand the idea of this being like a legacy pick, her last Olympics. Like you want her to go on her own terms, but like I say, it ties back to what I was saying before about the saturation of the league. Because with you putting Diana Taurasi on that team, you are taking away an opportunity for another up and coming player to come and fill that guard, because they're gonna have to fill it in the next Olympics more than likely. You know what I'm saying? When they go to LA for 2028, Diana Taurasi won't be on that team. So I get that you want her to go out on her accord. I get how everybody in the league feels about her and they love her and they probably want her on the roster. But you know what I'm saying? If we're just talking about, I guess, getting ready for the next transition to the next guard, then you know what I'm saying, you want to kind of get a jump on that, especially when you have, and we're gonna invoke her name, when you have, you know what I'm saying, somebody like Caitlin Clark, you know what I'm saying, who essentially Diana Taurasi and Caitlin Clark are having the exact same season. Now it's the fact that it's Caitlin's rookie season, is Diana Taurasi's most likely one of her last seasons. That really doesn't matter to me, but they're having, you know what I'm saying, the exact same season. But at this moment in time, Caitlin Clark is so much more of the bigger draw that, you know what I'm saying, I just think that it's a big missed opportunity to not put her on the team. I'm not saying that Caitlin Clark is the most deserving person here to fill that spot. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, because there's definitely, you know what I'm saying, Arike Ogunbowale, shout out to my girl right here. She definitely should have filled in this roster. I would have given her Kelsey Plum's spot. I would have given her or Diana Taurasi spot. Really, either one of those, or Chelsea Gray spot. You know what I'm saying? Either way, Arike Ogunbowale should be on this team. You know what I'm saying? When she's averaging 26 points for the season, 4.5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals per game. You know what I'm saying? She's not crazy efficient, but she's an all-in-all bucket getter, and she's somebody that I don't think that anybody overseas, physicality enabled or not, will be able to stay in front of her, you know what I'm saying, on a consistent basis. And especially when she's surrounded by so many other talented pieces, with Stewie, with Asia, with Jackie Young, with, you know what I'm saying, just like Sabrina and all that. Like with all the gravity that these other players are going to be creating, you're essentially going to have Arike Ogunbowale one-on-one on an island. And if you haven't watched any of her highlights, that's a problem for anybody on the opposing team. So I just, like I said, I don't think that Caitlin Clark is the biggest missed opportunity here when it comes to who should be on this roster. I just think that if we're really trying to, like, so here's the thing. It feels like there are two goals that are going on right now when it pertains to women's basketball, and they do not intertwine, they do not intersect at all. So the first goal is that you want to build the women's game in America. The women's game overseas is a big deal. I understand that, you know what I'm saying? In the United States, women's basketball is not one of the most popular sports. It's definitely gaining traction. It's definitely climbing up the ranks as more and more days go by here. But the Olympics is really the time, if you want to you really want to broadcast the future of your sport. You know what I'm saying? You want to broadcast the current and the future of your sport. We've seen it happen in Olympics for many, many years. In just 2012, I believe it was 2012, Anthony Davis, he's there coming off of, you know what I'm saying, I believe he won the College Player of the Year, coming off a national championship. He joins that Olympic team. He barely even plays, but the fact that Anthony Davis is on that team, you get to kind of see a glimpse of what he'll look like, you know what I'm saying, playing against the best in the world. You know what I'm saying? They've done it with the Dream Team when they had Christian Laettner. You know what I'm saying? He coming off the championship, coming off that shot. He's, you know what I'm saying, the guy. He's bringing all this popularity. He's like the most famous college player in the world. They put him on the fucking Dream Team with Michael Jordan, with Magic Johnson, with Patrick Ewing and Larry Bird, and everybody that was on that fucking team. Christian Laettner made that team because as the committee saw it, he was an indication of the future of basketball. And I think that with the WNBA and the issue that many people are having, you know what I'm saying, with the decision to keep Caitlin off this team, it's the fact that you kind of just feel like they're not understanding the urgency of the moment. You know what I'm saying? They're not understanding the real opportunity that they are to be in. Because even if Caitlin Clark is the 12th man on this team, Caitlin Clark has millions of fans. Everybody knows this. Even, like, you know what I'm saying, she has millions of fans. Everybody knows this. If she is on this team, people are going to watch the game, especially when it's historically known that Team USA has been dominating the world. Now, the world is getting better. The world is, you know what I'm saying, the games are going to be more competitive, and nobody's saying that Caitlin Clark's going to get an opportunity to play in every single game. That should not be expected as a rookie. But for her to be on the team, is bringing eyes to the thing. And I understand that's where we get into our other goal here for women's basketball, and that is they want to win the fucking gold medal. They want to win the gold medal, and that's completely understandable. That should be the goal, absolutely. If you are putting together a team to go and play against the best in the world, you should want to go out there and win the medal, win gold. And you know what I'm saying? Especially if you've won 7 in a row, you just want to keep shitting on people. So you just want to keep, you know, I completely understand the aspect of wanting to win. But I just don't personally feel like, and I don't think that many other people feel like, putting Caitlin Clark on the roster as your 12th man solely for people to see the other superstars in the league. That's been a big talking point over the course of really since Caitlin Clark's got into the league. The league is more than one person. The league is more than one person. And what better way for people to realize that the league is more than one person than having Caitlin Clark on the bench? Now, in some people's eyes, she is the best player in the sport today. To have Caitlin Clark on the bench behind people that are clearly better than her. Clearly better than her. Chelsea, Kelsey, Jackie, Sabrina, all clearly better than Caitlin Clark at this moment in time. Clearly better than her. So let people see, hey, why isn't Caitlin Clark? So when people ask themselves, hey, why isn't Caitlin Clark playing? They're gonna look at the people on the floor and they're gonna say, oh, that's why. Because Sabrina Ionescu can bomb threes from 30 feet. Because Chelsea Gray's out there dropping dimes and setting up the whole offense so effortlessly. Because Jackie Young and Kelsey Plum are out here dominating in the mid-range and not missing a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what your opportunity was right there, and they chose not to take it. Now, I'm not here to say whether it's right or wrong. I'm just saying an opportunity was missed. Objectively, without a doubt, you can say that an opportunity was missed. Because I don't think that Caitlin's addition to this team has any impact on whether they medal gold or not. All right? So then people are going to transition. Is this more of Caitlin Clark hate and all that? No, I don't think it's any of that. I don't think that it's hate. I think that the committee made a decision that they want to win a medal. They want to put out their best option, their most cohesive unit. And I think they're going to get the results that they want. So I don't think that it's a bad decision. I don't think that it's negative really in anybody's way. Caitlin even said, hey, I think it's a good thing. It's something for me to strive for. It's something for me to want to, you know what I'm saying, something for me to want to accomplish. So I don't think that it's a bad thing that she missed the team, that she didn't make the team. I actually think it's a good thing she didn't make the team, because I think that the fact that she's been playing basketball essentially nonstop since November, it's like, hey, we got to give the girl a break at some point. We cannot expect her to keep running this hot game in, game out. They had her playing, you know what I'm saying, 11 games in 19 days to start the season, coming off of a national championship berth and all that. So, you know what I'm saying, I think it's good that Caitlin gets to take a month off. Their schedules are already lightening up. The Fever schedules are already lightening up. You know what I'm saying? They're getting more breaks in between games. So I'm just focused on Caitlin Clark's career as it pertains to the WNBA, because there's no guarantee that she'll be the best player in the world. There's no guarantee that she'll be the best player in the league. So I think that you got to just kind of take it day by day, take it step by step, and don't kind of just expect these things to happen. I think a month off will be good for her to get her legs, for her to get, you know what I'm saying, in the gym, and, you know what I'm saying, maybe lift a little bit and get, you know, gain some more muscle to finish out the season. But I think it's overall a good thing. I think who was snubbed was Arike Gumbawale, 100%. Like, if you keep her that bucket off the floor, like, what are you out of your fucking mind? But let's go ahead and we'll transition over to the Las Vegas Aces. So the Las Vegas Aces, everybody knows, they are the reigning champions. They won the past 2 titles. You know what I'm saying? Last season they were 34-6. You know what I'm saying? They were a powerhouse. They were a super team. They were practically unstoppable, you felt like. They dropped a couple of games toward the end of last season, but all in all, you felt like going into the playoffs, they were that team. They were going to be, you know what I'm saying, they were gonna be the championship and the champions, and let alone they did that. Stats wise, they were first in points last year. They were first in field goal percentage, 5th in rebounding, 2nd in assists, 1st in blocks, and I believe they were top 5 in basically every offensive and defensive advanced category as well. This season, not so much of the same thing. Now, Chelsea Gray is coming off that injury like we spoke about before, you know what I'm saying? But it just seems like the team doesn't quite have that same level of dominance that they had a season prior, you know what I'm saying? Which is kind of surprising when you look at the fact that their starting 5 is arguably the best starting 5 in the league right now. You know what I'm saying? They had the 3-headed monster of Asia, Jackie, and Kelsey, I'm pretty sure they're all averaging over 20 points per game. Asia herself is putting up 28 points per game, 12 rebounds per game, 3 blocks per game on 50% from the 50% from the floor and 42% from three. Asia's putting up like godly Hall of Fame numbers right now. And the team right now sees themselves at 5-4. They're tied for sixth in the league through 9 games. They're 1-3 in their last 4. Those are losses against, I believe, the Wings were one of them. Losses against the Sparks, and I believe they lost the game also to the Lynx. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't seem like there's that same level of dominance that they had a year prior. And it's kind of, you know what I'm saying, interesting because they more or less brought back the same team. I believe they still have Kia Stokes. They still have Aisha Clark coming off the bench and starting. They added Kate Martin, so you know what I'm saying, she's a valid, you know what I'm saying, additional piece that they added. But outside of that, they really just don't seem like they have like that daunting, you know what I'm saying, talent advantage that they had a year ago. You know what I'm saying? Like their bench is not nearly putting up enough points. If you look at their breakdown for their points, I think it's like over like 60 or 70% of their points come from their starters. They're not really scoring many points with their bench. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that there's no timetable for Chelsea Gray to come back, it kind of just leaves you questioning, you know what I'm saying? It leaves you more puzzled for the Aces than it does, you know what I'm saying, then it means has you feeling good. Because as I said a couple episodes ago, the league seems to be like more talented, you know what I'm saying, this year. You know what I'm saying? A lot more teams that are just like, you know what I'm saying, they're very good, they're very you know what I'm saying, well built. They're very, you know what I'm saying, they play a good brand of basketball. Like I said, the Phoenix Mercury, they're a pretty good team. They got Brittany Griner back a couple games ago. They've been rattling off wins. The Minnesota Lynx are still out there doing their thing. The New York Liberty are still out there doing their thing. The Sun are out there doing their thing. It's not the fact that the Aces are just like the overwhelming favorite in the league anymore. The rest of the league has caught up to them in one way or another. And it's been through a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, either subtle improvements from current players they already have, or, you know what I'm saying, big moves. You know what I'm saying? Phoenix, a year ago, they won 8 games. But, you know what I'm saying, they bring in Natasha Cloud. Brittany Griner is able to, you know what I'm saying, get an offseason and come back and play. They bring in Kalia Copper. And now they're, you know what I'm saying, they're a threat. They're a very good threat. I don't think their record is amazing right now, but I think that they will be a very good team down the road. Same thing with the New York Liberty. You know what I'm saying? They aren't a team that brought in crazy big names, but they brought in a couple players here and there. They brought in I'm sorry, I don't know her name. I think her name is Natasha Sabali. I know Satu Sabali's sister. They brought her in. I believe they brought in another guard. You know what I'm saying? Just a couple of additional pieces on the edges, and then they also have the, you know what I'm saying, the improvement of Sabrina Ionesco. I believe she's having her best season this year. So just, you know what I'm saying, overall, there's just teams have gotten better along the edges. The Sparks have gotten way better. The Wings have gotten way better. Like, you know what I'm saying, like teams have just got better along the edges, and it's not just going to be a situation where the Aces are going to, you know what I'm saying, roll the table and, you know what I'm saying, being able to dominate people at any given moment. Now, when Chelsea Gray comes back, all this could be for naught. You know what I'm saying? Chelsea Gray can come back and she can dominate, you know what I'm saying, lead this offense, you know what I'm saying, put people in places where they need to be. She'll add a big scoring punch to the team. But as of right now, with that no timetable and with, like, they got to win games now. They can't just, you know what I'm saying, keep on to the hope that, hey, Chelsea's going to come back and we're all going to get it back together. Like, they got to win games now, because when Chelsea does come back, you don't want to be in a position where you have to chase other teams down in order for you to, you know what I'm saying, get home court advantage, or just really just to make the playoffs, either or. So that's really all I got for the WNBA today, man. Make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know really just how you feel about this whole Team USA roster situation. Not even just the Caitlin Clark part of it. You know what I'm saying? Who do you feel like should have made it? Do you think Enrique should have made it? Do you think Skylar Diggins should have made it? Caitlin should have made it? Like, let me know in the comments below. All right? JP, Joe Paul, I'm out of here. Peace and love, family. Deuces.